Streets of San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production, starring Karl Malden, also starring Michael Douglas. With guest stars William Smithers, Sharon Acker, Lynn Marta, special guest star Dean Stockwell. Tonight's episode, the programming of Charlie Blake.
Marlene, you home? Thought you had an early date with Greg tonight. Hey, turn that up a little, will you? I like that song. Marlene, for heaven's sakes! Oh, who are you? Where's Marlene? Oh, look, you can have anything in the place, but please don't hurt me. You're not gonna believe this. No.
Yeah, I got it. Joan Warren, age 20, huh? Who found her? Marlene Hollander, Marlene, M-A-R-L-E-N-E, Hollander. Who is she? Roommate? Was there anything else stolen? Yeah, you're right. Doesn't sound like a robbery. Okay, we're on our way.
Oh, Sergeant, oh, 1 minute. What was that address again? Yeah, got it. Thank you very much. A man rapes a woman and rips off her gold locket. I don't know what's...
Let's not talk about it. Let's just go and find out. Miss Hollander, I'm Lieutenant Stone, and this is Inspector Keller. I wonder if it would be all right if we took a look in that room over there.
What is... And wouldn't he even let me cover her up? And then everybody keeps coming in and looking around.
I'm sorry, dear. You must have been very close to her, huh? Maybe you can tell us some of the fellows she dated.
I gave names to the sergeant. There weren't many.
Did anyone ever try to make a pass at her?
She wasn't like that. Just never had any trouble. Just a phone call last week.
What call?
She wouldn't tell me what he said. Just that he was obscene. Filthy. I told her to call the police, but she was too embarrassed. I should have called the police. I should have done it myself. I should have caught him. I should have caught him.
Just don't blame yourself. And I'm seeing Karl last week and tonight this.
Yeah, but they're usually not violent.
Well, maybe this one's an unusual type. What did you find?
Door's been jimmied, Mike. It's gotta be the way he got in.
Jimmy, huh? Okay, check out the neighborhood, will you? Get a line on all the night crawlers you can find.
Okay, Mike.
So where do you want to start?
I want to start with every sex offender within 3 miles of here.
I swear, I haven't done anything like that for years. Believe me, that's over. Come on, I'm a veterinarian now. I
don't
got a
have to
position
tell you
to
anything.
uphold.
You don't have to go home today either.
Hey, come on.
Look, you said you went to see a movie at the Carlton, but that's been closed for over a month now.
Yeah, sure. I remember. It was at the Mission. I came in about halfway through the picture. You know, it was that big Navy picture.
So you went down Oak to 19th, then through the park.
That's right.
Well, that wouldn't have taken all night, Mr. Blake. Where else did you go?
I don't remember. I went for a walk. It's good exercise. Can't you believe someone can get better?
Sure. But I still have to know where you were last night.
I've been seeing a doctor regularly, a psychiatrist, Dr. Norman Jessup. Ask him, he'll tell you.
I will.
Well, then why drag me away from my job with everyone watching? And why treat me like a criminal now?
Because a 20-year-old girl was raped and murdered, she received the same kind of phone call you used to make.
Any bites?
One maybe. Named Schiflera. 2 priors.
Is that him at your desk?
Mm-hmm. First he thinks he was watching television, then he says he went to a movie, only he can't remember the theater. Just can't get his act together. Real cattle call, huh?
So invent another system. Until you do, you stay with him. Check him out. Let me read this first.
Listen, Charlie, every time you open your mouth, it's trouble. Why don't you just tell me the truth?
Okay, I was with a girl.
And why didn't you tell me that in the first place?
Because she doesn't know about my record, and I don't want to lose her.
All right, what's her name?
Jill Allerman.
How long were you with her last night?
I don't know, between 6 and 8, something like that.
Then what?
Then I went for a walk, like I told you.
Which takes us right back to where we started. All right, you can go. We'll be in touch.
Do you have to talk to her?
Yes, but I'll have to tell her everything. That depends upon you.
Thanks a lot.
Is he a possible?
I don't know. Maybe they all are. You know, there's got to be a better system.
Never mind the better system. Is he a possible?
Yes.
Dr. Jessup, please. Charlie Blake calling. No. I have to talk to him now. Please, tell him it's urgent. Dr. Jessup?
I do have another call on hold, Charlie. What is it? Well, I'm sorry, but I have a full schedule today.
Somebody's got to listen to me, Doctor. Listen. I just lost my job. The police are harassing me, and my probation officer's out of town. And I don't think I can handle it.
Okay, take something to calm down, Charlie, and I'll meet you here in 1 hour, okay?
Okay, thanks.
I'm sorry, darling. No. It's just a regular crisis. I'm going to be a little late, though. I'll be not before 8 o'clock. I know it's special, so keep it warm. Yes, you too. Okay. I promise.
Don't tell me that was your brother. Of course, it might have been one of those emotionally disturbed truck drivers who like to be called darling. We all have our own therapy. Doctor? Do you want to discuss yours?
Oh, stop it, Eleanor.
No, you stop it. her back, Norman. Tell her the good doctor is busy.
I'd appreciate it if you would leave, Eleanor, because I have another patient coming.
Call her, Norman. I want to hear you.
This is Dr. Jessup. I'm going to have to cancel our engagement for this evening. I'm sorry.
That's right, baby, honey. He can't cut it, and there won't be any more dinners! For God's sake. If I ever tell the medical profession about your female patients, you won't even have a license.
Drunk. You're drunk.
And you're weak, and you're evil. I'll sober up. What will you do?
And when the police questioned you, all the old guilty feelings came back?
Yes. As if I'd made those calls.
We're gonna have to go back in time, Charlie. You're gonna have to bring those guilt feelings out in the open. And then you will feel better. I want you to pretend to make a phone call. I want you to pretend to dial a woman's number. And talk to her just like you used to. Remember how you felt 3 years ago? The loneliness. Dial and tell her how you feel.
Hello, it's me. What difference does it make? I know you. I've been watching you for a long time. And you're very beautiful. Your body. Your legs. I love you.
Just a minute. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I had
That's
the
all
blender
right.
going.
Are you Miss Alleman?
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm Inspector Keller. I'm with the police department. We got a few minutes. I'd like to ask you some questions.
Sure. Come on in.
Thank you.
Police. It always sounds so ominous, doesn't it? Well, I know I haven't done anything wrong, but... Have I?
No, ma'am. I want to talk to you about a friend of yours, a Charles Blake.
Charlie? Well, what about him?
I understand he spent the evening with you last night.
That's right. I'm sorry, would you like to sit down?
Yeah, thank you.
Is something wrong? Is he in some sort of trouble? He called me at the office, but I was away from my
Well,
desk.
you haven't talked to him today?
No.
Well, may I ask you how long you spent with him last night?
Several hours. We had dinner here, the three of us.
3?
My daughter, Carrie.
Oh. And about what time did he leave?
Oh, it was around 8, I guess.
You've known each other a long time?
Several months. Long enough to know about his police record, if that's what you mean.
Well, you know about it then.
Is that what these questions are about?
Right, well, in certain homicides, we have to check people with records like Charlie's.
Homicide? What are you talking about?
Right here, this young lady who was murdered. There was a telephone call. Matter of fact, several of them. There's probably no connection, but we still got to check it out.
Last night? That girl?
That's right.
Oh,
Charlie couldn't. I mean, what's this got to do with passing bad checks? That's what he was arrested for, wasn't he?
Is that what he told you?
What are you telling me? That he's made obscene telephone calls? Is that what his record was?
Hello.
Hello.
It's me.
Who? Who is this?
What difference does it make? I know you. I've been watching you for a long time. And you're very beautiful. Your body. Your legs. I love you.
What do you want? Who is this? Who are you?
Case, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, I just came from something that might fit in. An obscenity call. Lady named, Jessup. Does that do anything for you?
No, not a thing. I'd like to see a copy of that call, though.
Hey, wait a minute. What was her name?
Jessup. Eleanor Jessup.
Is her husband a shrink?
That's right. His name's Norman.
All right, thanks a lot, John.
What?
That's quite a coincidence. Charles Blakely's psychiatrist is Norman Jessup.
Whose wife just happens to receive an obscene call after we talked to one of her husband's patients. Oh, come on now. You know me. I'm not big on coincidences.
I know. Yeah.
Why would a patient of my husband's call me?
Well, we don't know that for sure. We only know that he has a past record of calls of this sort. You're aware of that, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm aware of it. His treatment was a condition of his probation. Would you like a brandy?
No.
No, thank you.
Why didn't you mention that to the policeman earlier?
Darling, there are thousands of people with Charlie Blake's problem running around this city.
I'll have one.
Any one of them could have made that call.
Dr. Jessup, do you know we had Blake in our office just yesterday?
Yes. On the rape murder case.
Norman!
Now, please, don't be upset. He came by to see me. He'd been fired from his job. He was very disturbed, naturally.
Well, we thought there might be a connection.
I see none at all.
Mrs. Jessup, would you recognize Blake's voice if you heard it again?
I'm afraid not. These things are, when they happen, they're shocking. I'm not much help.
Could he have seen you somewhere?
At one time, Norman held his evening therapy sessions here.
I believe he was here once or twice.
And you didn't think that was important enough to tell the other inspector?
No, I'm trying to help Charlie Blake. Entire relationship between a psychiatrist and a patient is based on confidence. The confidence is violated, the therapy is no longer effective.
I assure you, Norman's professional ethics outweigh any personal consideration.
Yes, of course. Well, certainly thank you for your time. I'm sure that this was only a coincidence. Nice meeting you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
I'll see you out.
Say, you had a psychology minor, didn't you?
11 units, yeah, but...
Good. I'm going to give you a chance to work on a postgraduate degree on department time. I want you to check out Blake's probation officer, ex-employer, the works.
Timio Daneos y Donas Ferentes.
Hold it. Come again?
Beware of Greeks bearing gifts.
It's amazing what education will do to people.
Jill, this place is too crowded. Thank you. I mean, this is no place to talk. Let's leave.
I'd rather not.
Why?
Just rather not.
Okay, Jill. I was sick, huh? But I'm not anymore. I couldn't make that kind of phone call now. I couldn't. Please, Jill, believe me.
I want to.
How can I prove it to you? Say if I'd had a broken arm and it healed, okay? I could show you the x-rays. But how can I show you what's in my head?
Just give me some more time. Give us both some more time. Maybe later, maybe...
Do you know the only person in this whole world that believes me is my doctor, and I have to pay him?
Of course you recognize her, Charlie. Say her name.
Joan Warren.
And she's responsible for everything that's happened to you. The police. Losing your job. Jill's loathing you. She's responsible, isn't she?
Yes.
Well, look at her. She's laughing at you. She says you're sick and you're dirty. You stop her from saying those things. Stop her with your hands around her throat. Stop her. Stop her from calling you those names. Feel how soft her throat is? Stop her. That's all right. Now. Now you've done it now. She's dead. You've killed Joan Warren. Say it, Charlie, and I can help you.
I killed Joan Warren.
That's right. Now you can lean back and relax. Just lean back. You feel good now because you've told the truth. And you feel even better when you've told the police, won't you, Charlie? Say it.
Yes, I'll feel better.
I want to help you, Charlie. You know that, don't you?
Yes.
All right. Now look. Look at this clock. It says 5:30 now. I want you to go to sleep, and I want you to forget everything that's happened in this session. Do you understand? The alarm will ring at 7 o'clock. You will leave here and come to my house. You know how to get there, don't you?
Yes.
You will come in by the side door. You will go up the stairs, and at exactly 8 o'clock, you will wake up. And I will help you.
Nothing here says Blake's regressed psychologically or otherwise. Even his probation officer says he's doing fine.
So you think he's clean?
So far, all I know is he took a lonely walk the night that girl got murdered.
Well, that's what that guy in there keeps telling us, too. He's changed his story so many times, you need a road map to follow him.
Well, whoever it is, let's just hope he doesn't strike again.
Why can't I go with you?
It's a sports dinner, Eleanor. It's for men.
You and old Leonard certainly qualify as sports. Am I so repulsive to you?
No, Eleanor. Let's not fight tonight.
You loved me once.
Yes, I did. But you bought me, Eleanor. You bought this house, the clinic. You bought my soul. You put a price tag on everything. Even this.
That's priceless. Oh. Oh, my God. Oh, look what you've done.
Oh, it doesn't make any difference, Eleanor. It really doesn't. Come to my house. Go through the side gate. You'll find the back door unlocked. Now walk upstairs. Turn right and go to the bedroom at the end of the hall.
Sorry to get you up.
Tell me.
Strangulation, at least a couple hours ago up there. Possible attempted rape, used a tie, still around her neck.
How did he break in?
Jimmy, the side door there.
Who found her?
The husband and a friend, an attorney named Leonard Paxton.
Did you get a statement?
Yeah, they were downtown having dinner. Got back about 11:30.
Yes, I'm with Norma now. I'll see you in the office tomorrow morning at 8:30. Thank you.
Mr. Paxton, Lieutenant Stone, homicide.
How do you do? Ugly business.
Yes, it is. I understand that you were with Dr. Jessup tonight.
All evening, yes. I've told the inspector what little I know.
Would you mind telling me?
Well, I picked Norman up about 7:15. Eleanor was feeling poorly, so we went directly to the club for a drink. Then dinner. I remember the clock in the hall was striking the half hour when we came in, so it must have been 11:30. Norman went upstairs to tell her we were here. I heard him cry out. I ran up and saw her. Oh, feel better?
Oh, I'm all right. Dr. Jessup, there is never a good time to ask these questions.
Oh, I understand. I want to be helpful. I don't know what I can tell you. I didn't see anyone. I didn't hear anyone.
But did you have any idea who could have broken in?
I don't know how to answer that question.
What do you mean?
It involves a legal question. The confidentiality of a relationship between a doctor and patient.
You mean Charles Blake?
Lieutenant, I don't mean to intrude, but I've told Norman I would represent him, and I've had no time yet to look into the legalities. But I'm sure that by tomorrow morning, he can give you a full deposition.
If Blake is guilty of murder, I want him in jail tonight, and not tomorrow. Why do you think he did it?
I don't know. I may be wrong. He was very disturbed today. I asked him if he had made that phone call to my wife. I almost accused him of it. I was that upset. I wanted to shake him and force him to tell me the truth. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. But if I hadn't disturbed him more, my wife might still be alive.
All right, Lieutenant, that's enough. Please. I'll be in contact with you in the morning.
Anytime.
Bye.
Excuse me, Mr. Paxton. Did Dr. Jessup invite you here tonight?
No. It was my idea.
Something on your mind?
It's quite a coincidence to have a lawyer here right when you need one. There's good sets of prints all over the room.
Jake, I want every inch of this room covered. Photos on my desk at 8 o'clock.
Mike, here's the murder weapon. I had to cut it off. This night work is getting to me.
Tell me.
Send the boys up with the gurney when you're ready.
Steve, I don't see the doctor wearing a cheap tie like this, do you?
Listen, I called Blake's house. There was no answer.
You know where to look for him?
Maybe, yeah.
Well, follow through.
All right.
Be careful.
Yeah.
He's got to be sick.
So please.
I can't, Charlie. Go away. You're frightening me.
I gotta talk to someone. Honey, I need you.
Charlie, don't make me call the police. Please go home.
I'm scared, Jill. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm all mixed up. Help me, will you? God, somebody's got to help me.
I can't, Charlie. Please go home. I can't, Charlie. I can't.
I know it's not worth it, is it? Or I'm not worth it. I don't blame you, though, Jill. I really don't.
Blake! 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 Charlie? All right, right there, Charlie.
Go ahead, shoot.
You don't want to die.
I don't want to live either. Oh. Help me with it, man. I'm sick.
This is your tie, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you do know where we found it. But you don't remember wearing it, taking it off, and using it.
No, I don't.
Listen, Charlie, we know you're in the bedroom. You got your fingerprints all over the place. Now, why'd you kill her? Why, Charlie?
Because she was laughing at me and calling me dirty names. She said I was sick. So I had to kill her to stop her from saying those things. She was so soft. I remember feeling my hands on her throat. And I killed her. I killed Joan Warren.
Joan Warren?
Yes. I'm glad I told you because I know I'll feel better.
Well, you killed Mrs. Jessup the same way, didn't you?
Did I?
You tell me.
I remember seeing her lying there. She was so still that at first I thought she was asleep.
Yes, go on.
Until I reached out and touched her.
But do you remember killing her?
I must have.
Well, then what about the telephone call? You remember calling, don't you?
I don't do that anymore.
Oh, don't you?
No. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I must be crazy.
Let that character go. We just broke it.
Broke what? What'd you break?
The Warren killing. Sure enough, it was Schefflera.
Schefflera?
Yeah, he just confessed. He's with the DA now. Got it all down on paper, signed and sealed. Well, thanks. Thanks for the congratulations.
Bob, we just got the same confession.
What?
Yeah, that's right. Somebody's got to be lying. Okay. You get that polygraph guy back in here first thing in the morning.
Mike!
Never mind. I know all about the red tape. You just get that machine hooked up and ready to go. Steve, you get Lenny here. It's about time we had our own psychiatrist in on this case. Maybe he can tell us what's going on.
Did you look at the clock?
Yes.
What time was it?
5:30. I remember the clock with the monk in it.
You said 8 o'clock before.
Oh, yeah, yes, that's right.
Was the room dark or lit?
Dark.
When you saw her first, where was she lying?
On the floor.
And you killed her?
I don't know.
Your name is Charles Blake?
Yes.
And you killed Joan Warren?
Yes.
He's telling the truth.
Now I know why they don't allow polygraphs in court. Schefflera said he killed the girl. Blake said he did it. And they're both telling the truth.
Or the machine is lying. I like to think that.
Well, what if Blake believes he killed Joan Warren, but he didn't?
What are you talking about?
Hypnosis?
Hypnosis? Oh, come on.
All right, it's crazy, but Blake's file shows that Dr. Jessup had him under hypnotherapy.
So?
So a guy can be hypnotized to believe things that aren't even true.
We know that Blake was in the house. We have his prints and his tie.
All right, the tie could have been planted, right?
Right.
Now, Lenny, Blake cannot remember where he was between the hours of 5 and 8. Now, this is just a theory, but is it possible he could have been put into some sort of, I don't know, hypnotic trance for that long a time?
I guess so.
Go on.
If he was in some sort of, I don't know, trance, could he have been made to do things later on after he woke up?
It's conceivable, yes, but he'd have to be very receptive, almost pathological.
I think you are both pathological.
All I'm saying is it is possible Charles Blake was programmed to believe he killed the girls. That's all.
It's conceivable, yes, but there's a catch psychologically. To make someone confess to a crime he didn't commit, there'd have to be a strong motivation. He'd have to be convinced it was in his own best interest.
That something was in it for him. Well, what about relief? You know, when he confessed to us, he told us, I know this is going to make me feel better.
A sex offender on probation. He's been carrying a heavy load of guilt, that's certain enough.
So who called Mrs. Jessup? I'm sure it wasn't her husband.
No. I think she received a phone call from Blake. At least it was his voice. But it was on a tape. You know, we're in Jessup's study, those tapes on the wall? Those are all recorded therapy sessions. I looked at the labels. That's what got me thinking about Jessup in the first place.
Homicide, Lieutenant Stone. Yeah, thanks. Well, they just shook down Scheffler's apartment, and they found the gold locket in his closet. Okay. Blake is innocent of one murder. And according to you guys, he could be innocent of 2 murders, right?
Yeah. What'd you expect to find?
What did you?
I don't know, something, anything. I keep looking at these photographs. Bed, lamp, broken clock, stopped at 8. Proves Jessup couldn't be here. That's funny.
What's funny?
Blake, he said something about a monk and a clock.
Oh, he said a lot of things we don't understand. Let's do it my way, shall we? Let's just walk through it slowly, huh? Now, he said that he was standing here, right? Touch it again.
You touch it.
Go on, will you touch it again, please?
I don't want to touch it.
Don't be a child. Put your finger on it. Touch it. That's it.
That's it.
This switch connects the rest of these lamps except for that one. That one is on a separate circuit.
I hope you understand the possible entrapment.
That's why I called the public defender in here. Mr. Kieser, come in.
All set.
Mr. Kieser, this is Dr. Murchison, our psychiatrist. Charlie, we're ready. Are you?
My office hasn't approved any of this yet. I still have a lot of questions.
I'll try to answer them for you.
Thank you.
Oh, come in.
Hi, Doctor.
Hello, Inspector. Sit down, please.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry that you had to wait. I've been busy canceling appointments. I'm going to close the office for a while and get out of town for a few days. I suppose that's all right.
Of course, no problem. I just came here to ask you a favor.
Of course.
Well, we removed the police guard from your house this morning. We thought we had all we needed. But something's come up. I was wondering if you had an extra set of house keys we could borrow.
I think I do.
It's an unusual clock.
Ah, yes, it is. I should have a pair here somewhere. I understand you have Blake in custody.
Well, that's the problem. We had Blake locked up for that Warren murder. He confessed in everything. Now he's been cleared.
Oh?
Yeah, I don't know why he would lie, but it's brought in some other questions on the case that have to be answered.
How's that?
Well, you said when you left that your wife was in bed reading, so the light was on.
That's right.
But Blake, he swears the light was off when he came in, and the polygraph shows he was telling the truth. Of course, it's possible your wife could have turned the lights off. But anyway, the lieutenant wants to check that broken lamp. Because if that was on, we'll only add to the confusion.
I can't find this anywhere.
Well, don't worry about it, Doctor. I'm sure I must have an extra set down in the department. Just wanted to save myself a trip. I really don't see what difference it makes. We know he was in the house. Doctor, thank you very much. Sorry to bother you.
Not at all. I wish I could have been more help. I know there's a pair there somewhere, but my head is not put together very well today, I'm afraid.
Of course. Take care.
Goodbye.
You forgot to turn it off, Doctor.
What are you doing here?
Watching you rig some more evidence.
That's ridiculous. I was curious. My wife has been murdered. I have to know what the truth is.
Well, aren't you going to answer your phone?
Yeah. Doctor's for you.
Yes?
It's me. What difference does it make? I know you. I've been watching you for a long time.
You broke into my office. That's illegal. Those tapes are confidential, and you can't use them against me. My lawyer will tell you that.
No, he won't. They didn't break in, Norman. They didn't have to. All they did is what you did. Record Charlie Blake's voice, only this time with his full permission.
You're my lawyer. You're supposed to defend me.
Norman, I know where my ethics are. I came here to help you. As your lawyer, I don't want you to say another word. As your friend, as Eleanor's friend, I think you'd better retain other counsel.
Read him his rights.
No, I didn't call her. She did.
Did you? Why?
What difference does it make? I'm here. How can I tell you what's in my mind?
You can't?
So can we talk, please?
Sure. I want to.
Oh, man, that Jessup was so cool. I never thought we'd get him.
Yeah, it's the smart ones who take it hard when they find out how dumb they've been.
When'd you first make him?
Same time you did. Sure, it was all those coincidences, you know, the lawyer in waiting, the tie left behind, the patient-doctor relationship. Too neat, too smooth. Psychology, that's what did it, you know. That's what pulled us through this time. Good, hard-nosed psychology.
You? Come on.
That's right, me. Listen, just don't rush me now. Genericis animus labor naturat.
How long did it take you to look that up in the dictionary?
Too long.
Streets of San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production, starring Carl Malden, also starring Michael Douglas. With guest stars James Olsen, Belinda J. Montgomery, Betty Ackerman, Michael Anderson, Jr., Robert Euro, special guest star Robert Walker. Tonight's episode, Asylum.
Looking at the ceiling, I lay floating like a cloud. I floated up, touched the ceiling, and it was gone. Melting in a roaring crowd. I finished, Dr. Hamill.
Lois, that was very good. Do you have another one?
No.
Perhaps tomorrow. Well, I see our reading time is over at any rate. And those of you who are going on the outing tomorrow will need your rest. That will be all for tonight. Thank you.
Susan, I have a small surprise for you. Would you like to see what it is? Come on. It's in my room. Susan, I wondered where you went. Susan, what's wrong? It's Mr. Collins. Help! Somebody help! Help!
That's another good image for you, don't you think?
The manta ray is one of the largest of the family. Over 20 feet. And yet very gentle.
Called a devilfish.
Well, yes, by some. Now let's take a look at the dolphins.
Robert, you're always such a great help. Come on now, try to have a good time, huh? Paul, Susan, let's keep up with the groove. Susan, it's all right. Here, you hold this till I come back, all right? Don't be afraid. I'll take care of everything. Paul, come back!
Dr. Rapp, you're gonna stay with the group. It's useless. We'd better notify the police.
Excuse me, can I talk to you, please? Sure. My name is Paul Bierce. My current address is 300 Lake Street, San Francisco. You'll need that, right?
Why don't you sit down, Mr. Bierce? What can I do for you?
I'd like to report a homicide. It occurred last night about 8:45. Same address.
Last night? Why didn't you come here earlier?
I know it sounds strange, but this is the first chance I've had.
You saw somebody get killed?
Yes. We didn't see who did it, but the victim's name was Max Collins. He was put into a tub and drowned. Murdered.
You said we. Who was we?
This girl and I, Susan. Look, I'm not a crank. I just want somebody to know what's going on in there.
I understand. Just take it easy. What is Susan's last name?
Does that matter? She can't tell you anything.
Why not?
Well, because she can't, that's all.
Mr. Bierce, this is Lieutenant Stone. Mr. Bierce is reporting a homicide.
They said it was an accident, but I know it wasn't.
They? Who are they?
Those people where I stay.
That 300 Lake Street? Would that be the Rab Psychiatric Home? You work there? Or are you a patient there?
I came here to tell you a man was murdered. And he's not the only one. There have been others.
No, that's all right, son. Take it easy. Now, let's step in my office and talk this over, shall we?
You think I'm crazy, but I'm not. I thought I could trust you.
No, it's gonna hurt you.
They will, you don't know. No.
Trying to help you, son. Call Dr. Rab.
No, it was him. It had to be. He had the only key.
Who, Dr. Rab?
Yes, he killed him.
You just told me you didn't know who did it, remember?
I know, but it had to be him. It had to be. Please don't send me back. He'll kill me, too. Please, don't hurt me.
Relax, Paul. Go to sleep. He was doing so well.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I should have watched him more carefully.
It's my fault. I recommended we take him off medication.
It seems we're all culpable. Whatever he saw last night, he shouldn't have. It shouldn't have happened.
Jonas, you're not responsible. The custodian left that door unlocked. He admitted it.
When I questioned him, he was so confused he didn't know what he did. One of us should have checked that door.
Of course.
Dr. Hamill, I'm not blaming you. I know the staff works long, hard hours, but there's simply no excuse for what happened last night.
I don't think turning this place into a prison is the answer.
Killed 3 people.
I can't imagine what set him off. Shall I remove the restraints?
No. I'll do it later. I'll wait until he's fully under.
Gonna tell somebody. I know.
Paul, you can tell me in the morning. Now just go to sleep.
Headquarters to 8-1. Have an urgent call. Inspector Sawyer.
8-1 responding.
8-1, call County Morgue. Victim DOA, probable suicide. Paul William Bierce.
10-4.
Wait a minute, Bierce, that was the guy...
That's the guy who told us that he was going to get killed, and we didn't believe him.
Yeah, let's get over to the morgue.
Heart measurements. Right ventricle, 0.4. Left ventricle, 1.4 centimeters. Tricuspid, 13.0. Pulmonic, 8. Mitral.
Who reported it?
Dr. Rabb.
Notify the parents?
What kind of tranquilizer was he given?
Pentobarbital, 100 milligrams.
Come on, let's go.
You telling me with all those tranquilizers in his system, he got out of bed and hung himself?
Steve, that's what the doctor says happened.
Well, I don't buy it.
Well, Mike, I checked with the hospital. The old man's drowning was accidental. All the staff doctors agreed.
Well, maybe they had to. Look, there's 2 deaths out there we know about, right? Bierce said there could be more.
Yeah. I want to report on every death at the Rabb Institute since it opened. I don't care if the patient was hit with a bolt of lightning. I want that report. And, Steve, let's you and I call Lenny Murchison. Maybe he can tell us something about Dr. Rabb.
Just because I'm in the business doesn't mean I know every other shrink in town.
So you're telling me you don't know a thing about Jonas
I didn't
Rabb?
say that. He's only been in the state about 3 years, but his psychiatric journal articles are very impressive, especially for new chemotherapy techniques.
So why are all his patients dying, Lenny? Sawyer's report, 2 other patients dead 6 months apart.
And all certified as natural.
Now, what about Bierce's suicide?
That's typical of a manic depressive. They seem their most rational when they've decided to end it all.
Lenny, have you ever heard of Huntington's chorea?
It's a degenerative nerve disease, fatal.
Right, that's what Max Collins had. He had it in his latter stages. He was catatonic. Now, does it seem likely that he would walk into a room and just drop into a pool?
Unlikely, but possible.
He's been spoon-fed for the last 2 years of his life.
They can have lucid moments, even ambulatory periods, right up to the end. It's the wrong answer for you, huh?
Doesn't help, no.
Oh, look, let me ask you something. What possible motive could Rabb have for killing anyone?
Well, we don't know yet. All the ties we have so far with the patients who died, except for Bierce, is that they were classified as hopeless.
Any complaints from the next of kin?
Well, we're checking that out. Look, I don't know where else to start.
I think I do. Now, Bierce mentioned a girl named Susan. He said she was with him by the time she saw what happened. What happened if I tried to be with her?
Oh, wait a minute now. Are you thinking of going undercover in that mental institution?
Yeah.
Well, now, just between you and me, you're crazy.
Well, then that makes me natural, right? Listen, Lenny, isn't there some way to fake a mental illness, you know, for me to get past admissions?
Why, they'll spot you in 5 minutes.
Paranoia should be the easiest psychosis to imitate, especially for a cop.
Do you think the captain will okay this?
That first evaluation, they'd be looking right down your throat. I think I could fix that.
How?
There's a shot I could give you. It'll put you in fantasy land for at least 12 hours. The effects would be indistinguishable from an amphetamine overdosage.
Well, what kind of effects?
Very unpleasant.
I just didn't know what to do, Doctor.
Mr. Stone.
You see, his folks are still in Europe, and I couldn't leave him alone like that, you know.
Your nephew's going to be in good hands. Don't worry.
Well, I wish I could give you the authority to take care of him, but you know how it is. Dr. Murchison said that it was only temporary.
That's all right. We've got other custodial patients. We'll take good care of him. Don't worry. We'll take good care of him.
How do you feel this morning? How would you feel?
Do you like your room?
Oh, I love it. I just love it. What's all this for?
Routine evaluation.
You're not my doctor.
You like Dr. Murchison?
No. Why should I? He and my uncle got me in here.
All right, Steve. This is called TAT, Thematic Apperception Test. Now, I want you to go through these cards and pick out one and make up a story about it and tell me what it is. Hold it. Now, this one, what do you think it is?
Man pushing a kid.
Well, they're holding out their hands. Maybe they're trying to help him.
They just want you to make you believe that.
Do you think adults are trying to hurt the kid?
Well, somebody's in it for something. Just like you. You want to keep me committed here, don't you?
Why would I want that?
Huh? A little green stuff? A little money I get from my grandfather? And you and my uncle get to keep it.
We're trying to help you.
Come on, Doctor. Do I gotta take this now?
No. No, we can do it tomorrow. I'll have Gene Watson take you on the grand tour. Get you settled in.
On the right there is occupational therapy. Down there is the dining room.
You a doctor?
Physical therapist.
You really dig this, don't you?
Look, Henderson. What do you say we have an understanding? I won't try to con you, and you try to learn the one rule we have around here.
Which is what?
Care. Care about others. Care about yourself. Come on, I want to show you something else. This is our rec room. You can read, watch TV, play cards. Dr. Hamill.
Yes.
This is Steve Henderson. I was just showing him around.
Yes. Hello. Is it all right if I call you Steve?
Yeah.
Would you like to meet some of the others?
Yeah, I guess.
Come on. This is Robert. Robert, this is Steve Henderson. Robert's a very fine carpenter.
Yeah, he's very, very friendly, too.
And this is Susan. She's one of our oldest friends.
Who's that?
Oh, that's our other Susan, Susan Howard. Steve, she may not respond. She doesn't to most people.
You mean to me?
No, I don't mean that. According to your records, you were a grade school teacher. So if I tell you that Susan is a schizophrenic, you'll know what I mean. Almost nonverbal. And she's recently had some, well, unpleasantness in her life.
That makes two of us. I can try, can't I?
Yes. Susan, this is Steve Henderson. He's new here, and he'd like to meet you.
That's your radio? That's a nice radio. I used to have one that was just like that.
Oh, Susan, I'm so sorry.
You broke it. You broke it.
I didn't do anything.
It was an accident, Robert.
You stay away from her.
What are you blaming me for? I didn't do anything. You just leave me alone. All of you, just leave me alone.
On October 1st, Peter Collins withdrew $20,000 from savings, 2 weeks before his grandfather died.
What about the Abrams family?
They left the state last year with no forwarding address. But Mr. and Mrs. John Wilcox are still local residents. Her Uncle Henry died last May, and her records show a withdrawal of $10,000 in June.
Mm-hmm. Show him Rad's bank account.
This is a photostat. The hospital account's under the doctor's name. Here the balance goes to almost zero. Then there's a $10,000 deposit. Over here, same thing, and then again, bang, another happy deposit, $20,000.
Withdrawals by the next of kin, deposits by Rab. Now that's motive enough.
What, murder for profit? No way.
Well, you know he's got a prison record in Illinois, don't you?
Yeah, you asked me to check on him, and I did. Mike, he just violated a court order. Look, he ran a halfway house, reintroducing disturbed men and women into society. It was in a residential area like the home he has now, except the patients were free to come and go.
Neighbors must have loved that.
Yeah. So much so, they had Rab closed down. He was ordered to vacate and went to jail when he refused. That's how dedicated he was and is.
Is he trying to do the same thing here?
Eventually, yeah, except on a bigger scale.
Well, maybe he bit off a little more than he can chew. Lenny could be a good man, but so far he's the only suspect we have. Sawyer, check out the insurance underwriters. Policies to anyone who died in that hospital.
Hi. May I come in? Listen, I'm sorry about your radio. Maybe I can fix it. Okay, all right. I will not touch it if you don't want me to. I just thought maybe it was a couple of loose wires. Give it a try. I'll bring it back, I promise.
Where did you get it?
Oh, come on, will you?
It's Susan's. You stole it. Now you give it back.
She gave it to me. Why don't you just bug off?
You give it back.
Robert, go to your room. Now.
What's he so strung out about?
Well, he's sort of adopted Susan. Feels protective, you know? He thinks of her as his daughter. Hey, maybe if you think of him as a parent, the two of you would get along better.
As a parent? Are you kidding?
You surprised me, too. I see you're starting to care.
don't see how I can help you. Wouldn't Dr. Rabb be the person to talk to?
Well, not if you don't have any misgivings about your uncle's death.
Misgivings? No, he died in his sleep.
The last time you saw him, how did he look?
Oh, same as he's looked for years. He just sat there in a chair, unseeing and feeling hopeless. Before my uncle got sick, Lieutenant Stone.
That's right, Mike Stone.
He was a wonderful man. When my own father died, he was a second father to me.
And you're satisfied that he was given the best of treatment?
Oh, Dr. Rabb was a saint. A saint. He did everything he could. We all did. I have no regrets.
Thank you very much. Oh, I know my way out. Goodbye.
You'll hurt people. I told you to stop. Stop it. I told you to stop. Take him to Ward Street. Let me go. He's a thief. I told him to stop. He was stealing my daughter. I killed him. I killed him. I killed him.
Well, you all right? What were you doing here? Hmm? All right. You just go to bed, all right?
Where do they put him?
In isolation.
I don't like it. I want you out of here.
Come on, stop bored. You'll be all right.
He could have killed you. He's done it before, you know.
Is that why he's in here?
I checked his record. 6 years ago, he was charged with murder, but never convicted.
By reason of insanity.
That's right. You know who he killed?
Oh, but I can guess.
He had a daughter. Must have been the boyfriend.
He had a daughter. She was raped by a guy who broke into the house to steal. When the charges didn't stick, he took it upon himself to handle it. I'll bet you that's how he handled Bierce, too.
Which leaves us Max Collins and two other guys not accounted for. Yeah, but you don't even care what happens for me, man. You never ever care what happened to me. No, why don't you just bug off?
All right, come on,
Just bug off!
Maybe it was my mistake, but just sit down here. Come on. Sit down.
I may have something.
What?
When I was in Rab's office, I saw a letter he had written to Mr. and Mrs. Wilcox thanking them for their $10,000 contribution.
Did you see the date?
Yeah. It was almost a month after the uncle died. Well, you got something?
Maybe. Rab's bank account had some unusual peaks. Did you get a chance to talk to that Susan yet?
It's tough, Mike. She's schizoid.
So she doesn't know what she knows.
Well, she knows Paul. If I can just reach her.
Yeah, the killer can, too, so just be careful.
Yeah.
You know, we're not in control of this situation here. I can't help you. But I certainly can pull the plug.
Yeah, well, you just don't worry about me. You worry about yourself. Just don't worry about me, because when I get out of here, I'm going to see a lawyer, and you're going to wish that you never knew me. That's right.
Huh? That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Here. There you go. No. Don't be afraid. Just want to talk to you for a while. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. Just listen. To tell you the truth, you're the only one I like here. I really don't have any friends. Do you? Who's Paul? I saw his name scratched on the bottom of the radio. Did he give it to you? But he's not here anymore. You know what happened to him? You know, I met Paul once. Yeah. Came to see a friend of mine, a policeman. You're not afraid of policemen, are you? Well, Paul wasn't either. Except this friend of mine, he's kind of funny looking. Yeah, he's got these big, fat, flat feet, right? And a most huge, enormous stomach. Yeah. He looks like a duck. Or when he walks, you know, he sort of waddles. He waddles around. Just like a duck would waddle, you know? He's really funny, yeah. Yeah. That's the first time I've seen you laugh. It's nice. Let me tell you a secret. All right, if I tell you a secret, then you gotta promise to share one with me, all right? What if I told you that I was a policeman? Yeah. I got a badge and everything. No, I do, really. You know, Paul, he told me a secret, too. He told me about an old man named Max. Max Collins. You remember him?
Yeah, he had an accident, didn't he? Do you remember where he was? Susan, he was in the water? Who was with him? Was it Dr. Rabb? Susan, who was with him?
Steve, I think you'd better leave.
What are you doing here? Susan, Susan, wait a minute, Susan, it's all right. Now look what you've done.
Who are you?
Who are you? Who am I, Doctor? So just leave me alone, will you?
And you say he died of natural causes?
Yes, his heart just stopped beating.
Dr. Rabb told you that.
Lieutenant, the man was 79 years old. What's the big problem?
The problem is his heart didn't stop. It was stopped with an overdose of a drug called digitalis.
What?
How do you know that?
We had his body exhumed with a court order. The autopsy was performed 2 hours ago.
But you had no right to do that.
We had every right to do it. Your uncle was murdered.
That's impossible.
Is it? Or is it possible that you paid Dr. Rabb to do it with a $10,000 contribution?
John?
Nancy?
We also know that you got some money from an insurance policy.
But it wasn't for that. It wasn't for the money.
Nancy, stay out of this. She's not involved at all. Now, Lieutenant, if you're going to charge me with some crime, I think I better call my lawyer.
Mr. Wilcox, 3 other people died in that hospital. All hopeless cases. Now, I'm not going to argue with you whether it was good for them or not. But last week, a young man died in that hospital, and he shouldn't have. He was murdered. He was hanged with a strap around his neck because he was going to tell us what went on in that hospital. Now I've got my partner in there risking his life because he's trying to find out who did the killing. And if he is endangering his life because you won't tell me the truth, well, I am going to throw the book at you and at you.
But you don't understand. We didn't want to hurt anybody.
Nancy, please. But my wife had nothing to do with it at all.
But if it's wrong, we're both wrong.
I made
John,
all the
I want to tell him.
Nancy, don't.
Lieutenant, my uncle begged me before he went into the hospital. He begged me not to waste our lives or our money. The last thing he ever said to me before he died was, let me go. Let me die with dignity. But I couldn't. I just couldn't. So for 3 years, we scraped together every nickel we could find just to keep him alive. And he was nothing but a ghost.
You see, Lieutenant, the old man knew that there was a time for living and a time for dying.
Dr. Rabb chose that time.
But you don't understand. Dr. Rabb took marvelous care of those people.
I want to ask you something. Was it his idea or yours?
Oh, she wasn't even there. And it wasn't Rabb either. It was one of his assistants.
Who?
Mr. Watson.
The physical therapist?
Yes. We were walking in the garden one day, and I told him the situation. I have a sister who was sick and needed an operation she couldn't afford, and believe me, I didn't have enough money for her and Henry. And there wasn't any room in the county hospital, so believe me, I was desperate.
And he said that he could help you out if you brought enough money.
Lieutenant, you just don't understand, eh? The money wasn't for him. It was for the hospital so that it could stay in business, so they could go on helping people who could be cured. Mr. Watson is not a bad man.
Oh, no. He just killed 4 people. He's not bad. He might be a little sick, but not bad.
That's very good, Ray. Very good.
Mr. Watson, would you please come to Dr. Rabb's office?
Well, when will Dr. Murchison be back? All right, just have him call me as soon as he can. Yes, it's an emergency.
Why would he do such a thing?
I have no idea. But I have no doubt either that our Mr. Henderson is a police officer.
How can you be so certain?
Jonas, I looked him up in the directory. In addition to his many fine credits, Dr. Leonard Murchison is currently on staff as a consultant to the San Francisco Police Department.
Well, what can he be investigating here?
I think we should ask Mr. Henderson that.
Watson, please bring Steve Henderson to my office.
Yes, sir. Dr. Rabb, is something wrong?
Very wrong, I'm afraid. Just tell him that I'd like to see him in private consultation. Nothing more, you understand?
Yes, sir.
May I sit down? Did you eat your dessert first? Huh? Here, have mine. That's all right, I don't like chocolate. Listen, when the meal's over, you want to take a walk?
There you are, my favorite two people. Steve, as soon as you're finished, Dr. Rabb would like to see you.
Okay.
Susan, I know you don't like spinach, but you really should eat some. You need the iron. Here, the staff had fruit punch. Go ahead, take it. I know you like it. Maybe it'll help you get the spinach down. Oh, that's all right. It's all right. It's okay.
That for me? Yeah? A little trade for the cake, huh? Thank you.
It's way past that, Murchison. Now, you'll either be candid with me or I'll have you in front of the medical board.
I understand your feelings, Doctor, but...
No. I don't think you do. Now, you sent a man here you knew wasn't ill. And the case history you prepared was an outright lie. Now, what the hell's going on?
Can I get back to you?
No, I want to know right now, is Steve Henderson a policeman?
Did he claim to be?
All right. But I advise you to seek a lawyer, because the next time I see
It'll
you...
be in court. Can I talk to him, please?
First, I want to know who you are.
Lieutenant Stone, San Francisco Police Department. Lenny, this is Mike. Thanks for trying to cover it up for us. Yes, I know that. I'll try to explain it to you later.
I'd like an explanation myself.
Where's Steve?
He's on his way here. Now, what are you after?
Gene Watson. We're here to arrest him for murder.
What's the matter, Steve?
I don't know. I feel kind of strange.
Are you all right?
You were the one she saw. Wish you wasn't. It was you all the time.
You better come with me.
Stay away from me.
Sit down.
Stay away from me!
Come on, Steve.
You're trying to kill me.
Susan! Run! Run!
My sister there. You told him, didn't you?
Okay, now, Steve. Now take it easy. Now, everything's gonna be okay. Now, come on, Steve.
Steve! Grab him!
Hallucinating. What does this mean?
Outside courtyard and to the roof.
Is there another way to the roof?
There's another stairway in front.
Come on, take me. Keep it, courtyard.
Let's go to your room.
Jean, why? Why did you do it?
Well, because I wanted to help, that's all. Help you. Help them, help their families. Well, don't you see, I believe in you, Doctor. I believe in what we can do here. But you needed the money to keep going. That's why I did it. I gave it all to the hospital. It wasn't for me. Well, they were dead anyway.
There are the stairs. I'll watch the door.
There he is.
Steve. Steve.
Don't worry, I'm okay. I can't believe it. I feel it. No. No. You stayed back! You stayed back!
Oh my God, he's gonna jump.
Steve, listen to me. Steve.
Hello, friend. You want to join me? Music never stops for you, Doug.
With the drug dose that you took, the flashbacks should come less and less frequently until they finally stop.
Well, that's nice to hear.
You're still a little paranoid.
Well, maybe you should spend another week with us.
Where's Murchison? He's the only one I'm talking to.
If you do, will you tell him to stop calling me? Because I'm not going to bring him up on charges, even though I think I should.
Well, we're sorry for the charade, Doctor, but, well, that's the only way we knew how.
Well, I can hardly blame you, but I'm thankful that the hospital is in the clear. I won't forget that. And thanks to you, Susan's coming along quite nicely.
Well, at least I have some idea where she's coming from now. It'll be a pleasure watching her be able to go home. Excuse me.
Of San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production, starring Karl Malden, also starring Michael Douglas. With guest stars Michael McGuire, Julie Adams, Michael Strong, Felice Orlandi, Shelley Novak. Special guest star, Don Gordon. Tonight's episode, Labyrinth.
What are you doing? Like a kid with a new toy.
Gopher's the best wheelman in town, Harry. That's a fact.
Let's go. Yeah, Mr. Fabrizi, please. Oh, wait a minute, honey. I just thought of something. I don't want to bother him now. I'll go to my meeting first. What's his room number again? Oh, yeah, right. Thanks, honey. 717. See, that's the kind of information I didn't think I'd have to find out by myself.
Well, Harry, I spotted the guy and relayed the word. I just didn't want to do anything on my own, that's all. Look, you gotta understand something, both you guys. This is not a San Francisco matter. Well, the fight was in St. Louis, wasn't it?
The punk is here, isn't he?
Jack Vince, the one in the middle.
Oh, who is he?
Local talent. Call the police. Get a couple of cars over here right away. Looks like we could have an armed robbery on our hands.
Harry? Dominic? Come on in. You know, I was expecting you. I mean, well, not today. You know what I mean. I got tired of running. You guys remember how I hated to do any kind of road work.
You're dumb, Tony. You know that? Dumb.
Hey, wait a minute, hold it. Oh, come on, wait a minute. Harry, hold it. Hold it. Now, look, you saw me go into the ring, right? Okay. I'm starting to go into the ring. Well, I felt somebody tapping me on the shoulder. Tapping me on the shoulder, see? So I turn around. Who do you think it was? It was my boy, my son. Yeah, see, he had read about the fight in the newspaper. You see, the kid lives here in the city with his mom. We've been divorced for years, but she's got relatives that live in St. Louis.
Dumb.
You think I don't know about the rules, don't you, Harry? Well, I know about the rules. I know you want me to take the fall in the 8th round because you're coming up with a new contender. But there's something you don't know. My son was sitting out there, my flesh and my blood. And I couldn't do it. And I wouldn't do it. Not for you, not for anybody. I couldn't and I wouldn't do it.
You know what that fight cost us?
How much could it cost?
You cooled Eddie Batista. Eddie Batista's on his way up.
Oh, come on. He's young. He's got another shot.
We had to break off contract talks with the Fontaine kid in New York, the #3 contender.
Harry.
Yeah. Our Puerto Rican kid, Batista, against the #3 contender, a Puerto Rican in New York City. That would have been really big. Closed circuit, all those beautiful ancillary rights. You're dumb, Tony. You're dumb. Dumb, Tony. Dumb.
You know what I'd do to you in the ring, Brass Knuckles?
what are you doing, man? Hey. Wait a minute. What's going on?
Just hold it. Just hold it right there. Just hold it right there. No, nobody's going to get hurt, see? I don't want to hurt anybody else. Now, just relax. Both of you, and just stay there. Please, just stay right there.
Just relax. This guy's got to be out of his mind.
Hey, I said take him back. Don't try it, pal. I'm telling you. Harry? Yeah. Harry. Harry?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay.
Come on, we gotta get out of here, Harry.
Hey. Tom.
Harry, we gotta get out of here, Harry. Come on, let's go.
Going up.
Well, hit that stop button.
No. Still have to go up first. Somebody just beat us to the punch. Coast hotels. There you go.
It's the top. Would you believe it? All the way to the top. Harry? Harry, we gotta get down.
To what? Just Tony's down there. He'll finger us the minute we show. Come on.
I don't like it, Harry. It's like being sealed up in a tomb.
Just stay cool, and we'll try to see what we can find out. Now, remember, everybody in this building looks exactly like us. The only way we look any different from them is if we panic.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Who is he?
Name's Pappas. Dominic V. Missouri driver's license.
Sure is a fast way down.
Leaper. No, I don't think so. He was wearing these. We got a call to get here fast. Possible armed robbery. We were looking up the security man, and this happened.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, would you mind flipping on a TV? Would you? Got a couple of bucks on a college game.
Sure. Be a couple of minutes yet, I guess. You want me to leave it on?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
On the national news scene, the White House spokesman today praised congressional leaders for the prompt action on recent legislation. For details of that refreshing, nonpartisan...
Harry, we gotta get down.
To what? Correspondent, Karl Epstein.
Yes, sir. This is definitely one of the three men that Mr. Guinness and I saw go upstairs.
Guinness, Al Guinness, he's your security man here now?
Yes, sir.
Did he recognize this man?
No, sir, not this one, but he did identify one of the others. Said his name was Jack Vinson.
Vincent? That's Vince Tenney.
Yeah, he'd take a contract on his own mother. Where's Guinness now?
Well, he followed these guys upstairs. He hasn't come down yet.
What floor is that?
I don't know.
Window got broken on the 7th floor.
Did you see any of the other two men come down here yet?
No, not yet, sir.
All right, seal off all the exits. Call in if you need any more men. Nobody goes in or out without an ID check.
Seal the exits. You can't do that. They can't do that.
think I'm going to need another towel. I'll get it. I'm going to sit down and relax. I'll get it. Look, lady, I'm sorry. I scared you when I came in. You see, I think the reason was because I'm so scared.
Of what?
Oh, well, some guys. As soon as I can. Hold it right there. Now put the towel on the lady's chair. All right, we'll play it your way. Now, let's get something straight. You're put together pretty good. But you believe me, I can take you. Even with this hole in me right now, I can take you. You understand?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Thanks, lady. It's a mess. Al? You okay?
Yeah, sure. Just startle me. How are you, Mike?
Okay. What happened?
Elevator hung up. I must have just missed him. 3 hoods. I spotted one of them down in the lobby.
Jack Vincent?
Yeah, I think so. Well, it's been quite a while, but I'm pretty sure.
Did you call in the room number yet?
Room number? No. I figured they were up to no good, so I had the clerk call in for help right away.
Front desk. This is Lieutenant Stone. Is Inspector Keller anywhere around there?
Yeah. It looks like they had quite a go-around, doesn't it?
Steve, I'm in room 717. Find out whose room it is, will you? Yeah, I'm here with Al Guinness. I'll ask him. Somebody reported a gunshot. Did you hear it?
Gunshot? No. I mean, maybe while I was still in the elevator.
There's blood on the carpet. Could have been. I'm coming right down. Come on. We're not doing any good up here.
That's right, code 3000. Now, Sergeant Woodruff will be at the front entrance for all directions. Right, thank you.
Code 3000, what's that?
It's a blockade, sir.
Here's that room registration, Inspector.
Thank you. Anthony Fabrizi. Yeah. Fabrizi. He's been here 2 months?
That's right.
You know him?
Well, not exactly. He kind of keeps to himself. You know, has all his meals in his room.
Mr. Daly, I'm gonna need a map of all the exits here.
Inspector, this is a public relations matter. We have guests here, regulars. We're going to check out if I turn
We
this
also
into a
got a
circus
killer
atmosphere.
here, Mr.
Well,
Daly.
you don't know that.
Look, we know somebody fired a gun. We also know somebody got hit because you got blood all over one of your rooms upstairs, and I don't think that guy that went out through the window was trying to commit suicide. Now, can I see that chart, please?
In my office.
What about the kitchen?
There's a loading platform.
You know, these are all the exits?
Well, there's a roof. You can get onto it, but you can't
Get a
get
chopper.
off.
I got one on the way already.
Okay, what we'll do now is start a floor-to-floor, room-to-room sweep as soon as all the exits are covered. Al, I want you to help coordinate this with us.
Sure, Mike. Whatever you say.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Hey, excuse me, but this Fabrizi, is he a stocky guy about 40 years old with a face that looks as though he could have been in a couple of wars, maybe?
Yeah, that's right. That's him.
Tony Fabrizi, the fighter. Right.
One of the best welterweights this town ever put out. They pushed him into the middleweight class and he got hurt. He got hurt pretty bad. Has he been here for 2 months?
Yeah, 2 months, maybe a little bit longer.
Thanks.
Wait a minute. What? 2 months ago, that was when...
That's right. A washed-up Fabrizi flattened Eddie Batista in St. Louis.
He lost money on that fight.
Mm-hmm. But I'll bet somebody else lost a lot more. Get on the horn of records.
Right.
I'll lay you odds that the guy in the street with the brass knuckles, I'll bet you he is syndicate muscle.
Want him to shot Fabrizi? Outside line, please.
Yeah. If he started swinging back, that's the only way they could have stopped him. I'll see.
Okay. Look at this. There's cops crawling all over this place. What'd you do? Kill somebody?
Sit down. Sit down. What do you mean, sit down? Whatever you did down there is gonna bring them up here. Maybe we don't want that. Maybe we don't even need that.
Pete.
You want them coming up here asking questions of you, huh?
How do you feel?
Not too good. That's a hell of a time to start playing nursey, sweetie.
You need a doctor.
I know, but that'll have to wait. You don't care if he finds out. You really don't care, do you? You just gonna go home, say you're sorry, pick up a new checkbook or paycheck, and go out and find some other dude to get out. Hey, you. Shut your mouth. And sit down. I said sit down now. Lady? Listen, maybe you can do me a favor. Yeah, make a phone call for me. I trust you.
Yes, Inspector Keller. Go ahead, please. Yeah. Right. Right. Okay, thank you very much. Mike?
Yeah. Check the exits, will you?
Guy that went through the window. He is a syndicate man. He's got a jacket full of assaults and batteries, 2 suspicion of murders, but he beat them both.
Well, he lost that round, didn't he? Where's Al?
I don't know. I thought he was with you.
No.
You guys go back a long time, huh?
Yeah, he carried a shield.
When was that?
Oh, up till about 5 years ago. He and his partner got caught in a setup, got chopped up pretty bad. His partner's name was Zeno. Bled to death in Al's arms. Al lost his nerve after that and just packed it in.
Oh, hello. Mrs. Fabrizi?
Yes?
I'm calling for your husband.
He isn't here.
No, I mean that he asked me to call you for him.
All right, who is this?
My name isn't important. What's important is that you come to him. He needs you.
Tony needs me. You know, that's almost funny. You know what you can tell him? You can tell him that I needed him once, too.
Mrs. Fabrizi, he's hurt.
He's been hurt before. Nobody makes him do what he does. Look, I gotta go now.
Oh, wait, please. He's hurt very badly. He's in the Pierre Hotel. He said he has to see you and his son. He may be dying.
Well, now that one I haven't heard before.
Mrs. Fabrizi.
Now, look, lady, what do you want me to say? Thank you? Okay, thank you. But now, just so you know something, as far as I'm concerned, Tony died a long time ago.
What is it, Mom?
It's nothing, honey.
Was it about Dad?
It's nothing. It's okay.
This was just handed me. A man leaped or fell to his death from the 7th floor of a downtown hotel. There's also a report of a shooting, though there are no further details at this time. Police are on the scene. No suspects have been identified. The victim is identified as Dominic Pappas.
Almost kickoff.
Can't catch you for the second half.
Wait, please.
Hey, what'd you stop?
Garage, please.
Oh, it's nice traveling with you.
Excuse me. Lieutenant.
Have you been briefed?
Got order outside. Where do you want us?
On a screen.
All buttoned up, Mike.
Well, if they're still inside, we'll flush them out. Now, you guys, second floor, wall to wall. And then come back down here.
Sorry, you can't go upstairs.
We've got two more units coming in.
I have to go up there.
I want to find Guinness.
All right, we got a little trouble upstairs right now. I'm sorry.
But, my husband is up there.
I suggest use a house phone right here. Call him and ask him to come on down. Sergeant, you watch the elevators. Excuse me, man.
Right.
Hold it right there, please. Give me Stone.
Shut up, lady! I said shut up!
Harry, what are you doing? We ought to use her!
Like a ball in a chain.
And what about the kid?
The punks talk.
That's the one. All right, hold the next car that comes down, and let's watch where this one stops.
Stay cool. That's what you said, right? Stay cool.
Hit the next 3 stops.
That's it.
Wait, Mike, wait a minute.
Come on, stop punching all the buttons. Okay, that's it. Let's go. The guys on the second floor, tell them to work their way up. We'll try to nail them in between.
Right. Second floor, come in, please.
Watch yourself now. Swing right. Steve.
She's alive.
Take her down, and then have headquarters send every available man they can. Empty this building
Listen,
fast.
why don't we back off, let them get on the streets and work it out there?
Is that the decision you'd make if you were in charge?
This could happen again.
And what would happen if all the people who had guns in their hands would go around acting like God? No, sir. Nobody leaves this building under any condition.
Yes,
You got
sir.
that?
Yes, sir.
You don't agree, do you?
I don't know, but now's not the time to argue. Try to get a make on him. Will you? I'll be inside.
Right.
Have someone tell that pilot anything moves on the roof, I want to know about it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me.
I'll get it.
No. No.
Look, man, all I want is out of here before somebody finds you in this room.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Come on, why don't you get in the bathroom?
Wait a minute. What about my phone call?
Let's say you trusted the wrong lady, okay? Yes, what is
Police
it?
officer. There's an emergency and the hotel is being evacuated.
Why, what happened?
There's no time for explanations, sir. If you take the elevator down to the lobby, you can leave through the main entrance. If there's anyone with you...
No, my wife's already downstairs. Thank you.
Good.
Come on.
Anything?
No.
They didn't come down the stairs.
All right, give me this thing. Check the next floor. Carson, are you there? This is Lieutenant Stone.
Stocky guy. He's got a big nose, all pushed across his face. Steve? Right? Yeah. Mike. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, Mike.
Steve, we're drawing blanks up here. Any action at the exits?
No, it's all clear down here and on the roof, too. We got the helicopter up.
Well, I guess we got them bottled up all right. It's just that the bottle's too big.
Listen, I think I got something. I was talking to a maid who literally got decked by Fabrizi and is running down the stairs from the 7th floor. Now, she saw him go down the corridor on the 6th.
She see the room?
No, but if he's hurting, he must be holed up there someplace.
Well, get Guinness up here with a set of keys, will you? I'm on the 5th floor.
I haven't seen Guinness.
Well, get somebody up here. I'll wait for him at the elevator.
What happened? Where is he?
Exactly where you left him. Now, let's get out of here before we have to start explaining how he got there and what we were doing there.
We can't just leave him like that.
You don't owe him anything. You made that phone call, didn't you? Well, that's enough. Now, you let his family look after him.
She isn't coming. She doesn't care.
Well, all right, then there's your reason. And there's another reason that man up there got shot. Now, Judith, you use your head. Let's get out of here. Come on, let's go.
The hotel's being evacuated, gentlemen. There's no need for alarm. We just want everybody out and as quickly as possible, please.
Excuse me, gentlemen. The hotel's being evacuated. Throw your clothes on and get downstairs, please. On the double.
Are we split up?
Why?
They saw us together in the elevator. They'll be thinking about us that way.
Okay.
Nothing.
Mike?
You got something?
Yeah, wheelman. Andy Go-Go Frizzell. He's got not much of a record, but he's worked with Vincent before. So I guess Al was right about who he saw.
You see him yet?
Who, Guinness? No, manager said he was going to check out the rooms we already looked, in case he doubled back.
The guys we're looking for? Hey, you know, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Squeezing from the bottom up like this, we're letting all the people go down through the floors after we've cleared.
Safest place in the whole hotel would be the first room we started in.
Yeah.
Well, not for Al if he walked in that room alone and they were still in there. Listen, you get yourself a partner before you start poking around in these other rooms, you hear me?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Here. Steve and I are going back upstairs. That's a long way down.
Maybe not as far as I've gone already.
Come on, Al.
I froze, Mike. I froze.
Just relax. Take it easy. Forget it.
Forget it? How do you forget the fact that you're a coward? That you're too afraid of death to function anymore?
That doesn't prove anything.
I saw them. I saw them up here. I could have stopped them. I was afraid. I was yellow.
No, you were alone. You called for support. That was the right thing to do, Al.
I would have stopped them before.
Listen to me. Just listen to me now. Listen carefully. You were a good cop for 20 years. That's a long time. It's too long to let a small little thing like that outweigh all the rest.
It's still with me, Mike. It's always with me.
Al, it's with all of us. It's just a question of degree.
The two of you weren't hiding from it?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't happen sometime.
You want to stick with me now?
Okay.
Then we're going to walk our way down. You take the stairway at the other end of the hall. We'll take this one here.
Right.
Come on, grab your coat. Al, you keep going. Keep your eyes open.
I twisted my ankle.
Yeah. You twisted it all right. You just lie back. We'll get you downstairs.
So where's your friend?
You get nothing from me, cop.
Fine. Then you get plenty from me. Take him downstairs and book him.
Let's go.
Murder 1, 3 counts.
Feel like I'm bailing out on you again.
Oh, come on now, will you? How much good can you do me with a busted foot? All I want you to do is tell me everything you know about this other guy, the last one.
Well, I don't know any more than I told you, Mike. About 45, 50, brown hair, about the same size as Vincent. Brown suit. That's it.
Hat.
No hat.
Mustache, sideburns.
No mustache. Hair was medium cut.
Did he have any scars? How did he walk? Did he have a limp? Oh,
nothing special.
Come on, Al.
Sorry, Mike.
What about jewelry? Did he have any jewelry?
I don't
Tie
know.
pin, ring, watch.
Hey, yeah, maybe. When he was on the house phone, I think I remember a ring. Right hand, little finger.
What kind?
Big. Stone set in gold. A diamond, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Al, you just think you left the police force. You and I are going to have a long talk. Okay.
All right, get him out of here. Vincent, I'll see you soon.
He changed his mind?
No, I'd rather talk to us than the guy upstairs.
Well, Al remembered something.
What?
The guy we're looking for has a big diamond ring on his right pinky.
Hey, now, where did you pull that out from?
Oh, 20 years of practice and a little pushing by me.
I think I got something to do now. Vincent came out on the stairs on the 5th floor. There's a gym somewhere up on the middle floors. It could be on the 5th.
A gym?
Yeah, a gym for the guests to work out. It'd be a good place to hide.
Well, let's take a look.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
I talked to you before by the elevator.
Yes, I remember.
Inside,
Front desk. Get someone in that gym.
Right. Listen, ma'am, it's about your husband.
He's not my husband.
Well, ma'am,
Look, I saw something. A man came into the room. He was hurt, bleeding. He'd been shot.
What room?
Does all this have to go into a report? I mean, did the newspapers have to see
Lady, look, there are 2 men in there. It could be dangerous to anybody in the hotel. Now, if you can't
He
tell...
won't hurt anybody. He's dying.
What room?
610.
He's alive.
Let me have that thing. That's how he slipped as he walked into the first open room. This is Stone. I'm in 610. Send some attendants up here. We've got someone that's hurt. Here, you stay with him. Come on, Steve. Let's get down to that gym.
What are you doing here?
What's up?
Weren't you told to leave?
Yeah, but somebody's got to do this.
I want to see an ID, and I want to see it right now.
Hey, you know what the burglary rate is around a place like this? I mean, I only pack enough money in the morning for lunch and a couple of beers. My wallet's on with my sock drawer.
Put the towel down.
Huh?
Put the towel down and put it down easy.
Okay.
How about that ring? Not afraid of losing that?
Nah, that's on my clue.
Face the wall.
Huh?
Now!
Okay, all right.
Face the wall and lean. I said lean. I found him in the weight room, Lieutenant.
Hey, drop this guy. Drop him.
Tell him.
Tell him I'll snap it like a pencil.
Back off, Landers.
Please, please, I don't have anything to do with this. I was just waiting for my son to drive over from Marin.
Shut up, Bud. Right, duff your guns. Right down there. Back off. All right, come on. Come on! Right, flat against the wall.
Please, please, I don't have anything to do with this. I was just waiting for
I heard a
my son.
whirly bird up there, didn't I?
That's right.
Set it down on the roof.
You'll never get away with this.
And neither does he. Now, you tell that to who's ever up there, okay?
Please, I was just waiting.
Shut up!
Easy does it.
Somebody get on that horn. I want that bird on the roof.
Landers, use the phone in that room.
Yes, sir.
Tell them to set the chopper down on the roof and to wait for further orders from me.
I'll give the orders.
No. You don't take another move without me at your side.
You move it, it's dead.
You shoot that gun, and we'll tear you apart.
You're bluffing.
Try me.
Please.
Okay. You tell him I'm coming up with a cop.
Mike?
Keller, you're in charge. You know how I feel about these things. I don't want anybody to stop this man. You got that?
Yes, sir.
What happened? You take Mike?
Mike took him.
All right. We're only gonna get one chance. Get out!
I got the guy right there. Drop it. Drop it. Back off. Back off. Drop the gun out the window. Drop it.
It's all over. Get on the phone. Get a stretcher up here for him.
Oh, man.
What's the matter?
You sure go a long way to prove a point.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Letting me handle the situation.
Oh, come on. I knew you were there all the time. What did I have to worry about?
Did some emergency work on him up there. He's gonna make it.
Thank God.
Yeah, I'm just glad we got to him when we did.
Well, I suppose you want some more information for your report.
No, we have everything we need.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just made another decision for yourself.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you put me in charge.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I've been thinking,
Since we know the floor plan here so well, it wouldn't be a bad idea if maybe the policemen's convention were held here next year. What do you think? You don't like the idea?
No, I think it's a good idea. Matter of fact, I'll put in a request to headquarters for you.
You will?
Yes, sir. Then I'll take a vacation that week. Thank you.
Oh, yes, sir, he says, huh? Yes, sir. I better learn to duck every time I hear that yes, sir.
Of San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production, starring Karl Malden, also starring Michael Douglas. With guest stars Carl Betts, Geraldine Brooks, Patrick Conway, Norman Alden, Harry Rose. Tonight's episode, The Bullet.
Now, what kind of a thing is that? No, of course not. But I do want to talk to you.
Look, I just want to get
got the dandiest notion. Clipped an article out of the school paper, from your college. Jeff, we're going to get you a better job.
Now, look, I read the article. I don't want the position.
Well, you haven't given it as much thought as I have. We got to think about Alice, Jeff. Your future. Alice has been a good wife to you. She's gone without. She's put up with our limited means. But head of the department, it's a wonderful opportunity, and the salary is $2,800 a year more than we're making now.
Not interested.
$2,800. It still only brings your payments to $185 a month, son.
No.
Jeff, you've got to consider it. Now, look, you're eligible for the advancement. You've passed up better positions twice now, son.
No. It means opening up my records. As long as I stay just what I am, nobody cares what I've been.
Jeff. That's odd. I don't have anybody scheduled. Jeff, would you mind stepping over here into the kitchen, please, and waiting just a few minutes? Yep. Mr. Dayton? That's right, sir.
Foreman.
And never met Dr. Bowman, but he's 58 years old. You're not. I made it very clear to Dr. Bowman he was to come in person. This is a confidential relationship. You got a tape recorder in that briefcase?
I'll take the file.
All right. Just put the gun away. I'll get it.
Cop, huh? Dayton was a cop.
Yeah, he was on the beat when I was. In 1959, he took a bullet in the gut in the liquor store holdup. Drew light duty after that.
Let me guess, records, right?
Mm-hmm, you guessed right, records. 4 years ago, Internal Affairs got wind of something, and he resigned under pressure. Steve, take a look at this. Newspaper clippings. Right up to date on everybody that he's had a record of. My guess is that he nailed everyone who was beginning to make it.
Blackmail.
Mm-hmm, blackmail. I wonder what it is that makes a guy go wrong.
You know somebody tore off today's date already?
Say, maybe the lab can make something from the impressions.
Mike, how about it? Can we roll with the body now?
Yeah. Thanks, Doc.
Fellas are finished with the pictures and the measurements.
That bullet's been pried out. Check the others, will you, buddy boy?
Think this one's still in here. Yeah. Charlie, you gonna be able to pull this one out?
Yeah, we'll get it. Lieutenant?
Yeah.
You might want to have a look at the kitchen floor before we scrape it. We've got some blood evidence in there.
But Dayton died over here. What's blood doing in the kitchen? This the only place?
No, there's some more by the rear door. He must have gone out that way.
Wait a minute. Where's the slug that came through this door?
You got me. We have a clean hole, obvious entry and exit, and the bullet got lost.
What do you mean, got lost? Bullets don't get lost.
Maybe it spent and fell.
Now we've checked the entire floor.
Then there must have been a third person. Someone was here, got hit, and got out with our bullet.
We got ourselves a witness.
Better than that, we've got a witness with a bullet in him.
Could have been somebody who worked for him.
Could be. Or somebody who's got an appointment on this calendar.
Oliver Lake was here. The young boy that you were supposed to tutor at 1:15.
So I blew $10.
Well, that's a great attitude. That's really great. I'm going to the market. Did you cash a check yesterday?
What?
I said, did you cash it? I'll be at the store. Jeff, would you come out, please?
I'll see you when you get back.
I think we'd better talk.
Not now.
Now. It's just too much money, Jeff. No, for too long a time.
Alice. Later. Okay. Later.
Jeff, if it's someone else, then tell me. Oh, you have to. What happened?
I'm not sure what happened. There's a bullet in my shoulder.
I'll get Phil.
No! Doctors have to report gunshot wounds, Alice.
But you need medical attention. You can't live with a bullet in your shoulder.
Well, I'll just have to try. Phillips, what does that say, Phillips?
Phillips, Williams, Borman.
Phillips, Williams, and Borman, huh? Good. How about the blood?
The blood scrapings from the kitchen floor are type AB.
Well, is that common or uncommon? What?
Rare. 4% of the population.
4%.
Charlie, what about the bullet they dug out of the wall in the study?
Yeah, what about that?
38, police positive. We ran it against Dayton's gun and got a match. 1 cartridge fired.
Dayton shot once, the killer shot twice. The witness's blood is AB. Good. Let's run this type against the 3 names.
Looks like a cop finally found a way to zap the policeman's pension fund.
That's not funny, Johnson. You know what the papers and TV would do with that, don't you?
I'm sorry, Mike.
It's just not funny. Now, we got 3 names, 1 blood type against 3 possibles. That's Phillips. We'll let Healy and Lessing take him. Then there's Borman and, who's that?
Williams.
Williams. Borman and Williams. We'll take those 2.
You think we're really on solid ground with this Dayton blackmail thing?
Gotta be. His books have him dragging down over $40,000 last year.
$40,000?
$40,000 in dribs and drabs. $100 a month here, $200 there, and the topper is there's no record of him paying any income tax. Hey, Dan, got the coroner's report?
Being typed. I'll pick it up in 10 minutes.
Let me have what you've got on Phillips and Williams.
I'm just looking through this stuff at Dayton's. Looks like a cop finally found a way to make a decent living.
Dan, it's 5 minutes to the coroner's office and 5 minutes back. That's 10 minutes.
Okay, Mike.
And on the way, check at the desk and find out if any doctors called in on gunshot wounds.
Right.
Phillips, Albert A. Conviction of child molestation, 63. To your Chino, probation concluded in 66.
Put Lessing on it.
Right. Williams, Jeffrey David, murder 2. Conviction 1943.
I was just 18 then. Didn't even have my driver's license yet. I was sitting in the car waiting. I heard the shots from inside the gas station. 3 shots. Jimmy ran out, jumped in the car, and we drove up. Is there any of that bourbon left, Alice? I could use something.
Of course, I'll get it.
Well, we sideswiped another car a few miles away. A police car took off after us. Jimmy lost control. We ran off the road, turned over. Jimmy was killed. I was arrested.
And you had nothing to do with the shooting.
Pretty hard to deny it. I needed a fix as badly as Jimmy did.
What?
I was an addict, Alice. Almost 2 years then. Before it was fashionable. Anyway, the gun was found in the car, and the money from the gas station register. It was an easy conviction.
How long were you in prison?
4 years. Another 8 on probation.
It's hard to believe all of this.
Well, maybe it shaped me up. Turned me around, anyway. I stayed straight, went after a degree, got my master's. Then Harley Richards put his neck on the line for me. Junkies with felony convictions are not highly regarded by college administrators, but he was determined to have me in his department, and being dean of the college, he kept my records closed. No one there knew about my conviction.
I see. No wonder you were so upset when he died. But then, this man, Dayton, when did he first start calling you?
About 6 years ago, just when it looked like I was going to start making it. There was some conjecture in the college paper about offering me a full professorship.
But you didn't accept. Of course. Of course, that's why you never accepted. Because you were afraid of what the regents might find out. But then it had nothing to do with my being too ambitious or your being afraid of facing responsibility. Oh, darling, I've said such awful things to you. I'm so sorry.
No, Alice, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't tell you a long time ago. For all the money that went to Dayton, money that should have been yours. All the nice things I wanted you to have.
It doesn't matter. It's over now, All over. Now we just have to get you to a doctor.
No.
Oh, yes, we
Alice,
will.
I'm not going to throw it all away now. Maybe later, when we can get away. After final exams, we can go somewhere and have the bullet taken out. Later.
You know, Mike, there's no record of payment on this guy Borman. Last name on the ledger, today's date.
Never kicked in any money, huh?
And there's no appointments with him in Dayton's calendar up until now either.
I couldn't find a dirt file on him.
Coroner's report. Hey, Mike, that stuff I said before about Dayton.
Forget it, Dan. Just forget it. But if by any chance you're thinking of moonlighting out of R&I, just remember that Dayton got his last payment in one lump sum.
Well, if the end of that finger is either 22 or 32 caliber, that'd make it about right. Coroner says that Dayton was killed instantly, single gunshot wound, apparently 22 to 32 caliber bullet. Even though the slug wasn't recovered, he figures by the clean exit it was a steel jacket.
How much money do you have on the body?
530 cash, another 100 and a half in plain envelope.
Time of death?
Between 11:30 and 1:30. Got a suspect?
Yeah. Dr. Marvin Borman.
Spell it out.
Manslaughter, drunk driving, 59, did 11 months in probation. But listen to this, 63, conspiracy to commit assault and battery. Borman hired a Jerry Casey to commit assault on Gordon Dawson, a man who threatened to bring malpractice charges.
Number one. He's our number one. A guy with a record. He's due for his first appointment with a blackmailer, but he doesn't go in with cash, he goes in with a gun. Come on, buddy boy. We got our first house call to make.
Room 105, please.
Doctor?
Yes.
You're late.
I had a patient in labor. I'm sorry. It was a difficult delivery.
Mine wasn't. Your file's here, and I want the balance on account.
Meet me in 45 minutes at the base of the cross on Twin Peaks.
Just a minute. Yes. Have them wait outside, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Problem, Doctor?
Do you know any reason why the police should be here?
No, do you? 45 minutes, Doctor.
Yes?
Lieutenant Stone, this is Inspector Keller. I believe you knew a James Dayton.
No, I don't think I do.
Well, that's very strange because you had a 2 o'clock appointment with him today.
Gentlemen, I don't know what this is about, but I'm pretty certain that I can prove that I was at my hospital from 10 o'clock this morning till just a few moments ago. And I never met this man, I'm sure. Never.
Well, how about phone calls? Did he call you to discuss your prison record?
No.
Dr. Borman, may I ask you your blood type?
No, you may not ask me my blood type.
Well, do you object to being examined by a police physician?
Yes, I object very strenuously, just as strenuously as I object to these insinuations. If I'm a suspect, I'm entitled to counsel. Isn't that the truth?
That is the truth, Dr. Borman. And you know, I think that you were probably in your hospital when Dayton was killed. And I tell you what else I think. I think that you hired someone to deal with a blackmailer.
That is not true.
Here, let me throw that away for you.
Wait, no, that's mine. Give me...
I'm sorry. I thought you were through with it by now.
When can I call my attorney?
As soon as we've got you booked. Now, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in the court of law.
Mike, it's the Capri Motel. Piece of paper said room 105.
Can you describe him for us?
Yes, I'd say he's about 40, 6'2", graying hair, nice looking.
Smith.
Yes, sir, that's the name on the register.
Phone calls?
No locals. One long distance. Kansas City, I think.
Would you have a record of that call? Possibly the name?
Yes, I certainly do. The number, anyway. Shall I get the book?
It would be very helpful. Thank you, please.
Kansas City newspaper. Magazines. Mike, look at this.
Compartment?
Two cartridges fired. I think we just scored.
Scored? Nah. We're not even within field goal range.
I guess you're right, circumstantial. But if that bullet matches the gun...
Good as an eyewitness. I just hope he doesn't know about our third man, because if he does, there goes our ball game.
He's gonna be looking for that bullet, too.
Get this wrapped up quick. Call a stakeout unit. If he shows, nail him on the spot.
See, we found a full set of his books. And also there was $150 in an envelope in Dayton's pocket.
I have nothing to say, Inspector, except that I didn't kill him.
I believe that. But I think you were there behind that kitchen door.
Your blood type's AB, Mr. Williams, was on your record. It was also on the kitchen floor.
Mr. Williams, we have the gun that we think killed Dayton. And that bullet could tie it all together for us.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant.
You know you can be subpoenaed.
If you have a case. But you need the bullet for that, don't you?
Mr. Williams, I can understand how you feel and why you'd like to keep it quiet and to yourself, but you do understand, don't you? That you could die with your secret.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean that Mr. Williams...
The man who shot Dayton has the original calendar page. And if we can find your husband, so can he.
If he's fool enough to stay around looking. I'd think he'd want to be as far away as possible, as quickly as he could get there.
Well, he's a pro. And pros aren't in the habit of leaving loose ends, and you're a loose end.
It's a very good deduction, Lieutenant, but just theory.
Lieutenant, could I just have a minute alone with my husband?
I don't have a minute, Mrs. Williams, and I don't think your husband does either. I don't want the coroner to give me that bullet. I want it from him right now, so come along. We're going to the hospital.
I don't think so, Lieutenant. You don't have that authority. You're a policeman. I shouldn't have to tell you the law.
The law?
I did some checking, and it seems that among our other personal guarantees in this country is the guarantee that our bodies are inviolate. Not even the Supreme Court can force a man to submit to a surgical operation. That's the law, gentlemen. And I'm sure that as officers sworn to uphold it, you won't do anything to make me break it.
Get a hold of the DA?
And Judge Carlson, I got a unanimous verdict.
Williams was right.
The rights of homo corpus, man's body, are inviolate. Mike, we can't touch it.
Homo corpus, huh? Great.
No way to break him.
Not the way I read it. The man we're talking about has coughed up almost $10,000. He had to live with this pressure for almost 6 years.
Yep, that'd make him pretty hard, all right.
Yeah, too hard to break just because he's got a bullet in his arm. I guess that makes our job much easier, doesn't it? All we've got to do is find the killer.
Well, maybe Kansas City will come through.
Yeah, did you get word yet?
Yeah, the number's listed to a guy named Sid Winters. He's a big honcho in the local rackets. They're pulling photos on guys he runs with that fits our description.
Let me brighten your day, Lieutenant. The lab says the gun you brought in could be the murder weapon. Those 2 shells were high-velocity load, and both bullets did wear steel jackets.
Terrific. That means the bullet in Williams' shoulder could do it for us.
Williams, that's the second guy on the list, right?
That's right.
He took the slug?
Yeah, he took it right out of the case.
What?
The rights of homo corpus. You can't cut a man open if he doesn't want to be cut open. So, Mr. Sunshine, what else you got to brighten my day?
How about that? Not much. I did see the other fella, Phillips. He was there just like the calendar said, 12 o'clock sharp, got hustled right out. Apparently, Dayton liked to keep everybody apart, didn't want anybody to see anybody else. Kind of like a shrink, you know?
Did you check out the Phillips story?
He says he went straight to a business meeting. Lessing's on it now. You got this Borman in the tank, don't you?
We got nothing without the bullet. Borman won't talk, and Williams won't talk either.
Oh, Lieutenant, Kansas City just called. They're sending in a picture. Coming through, Casey.
Well, that looks like the man the motel manager described.
Yeah, we'll get it under her nose for a positive.
How you doing, Kansas City? Good, good. This is Inspector Keller. We have some prints we want to check against this man. What's his name? Coyle, Victor A. That's C-O-Y-L-E? Right. Well, could you send us his full jacket, please, and maybe run another one of these through? Thank you. We're putting out an APB. Suspicion of murder.
Yes?
Would you come with me, please?
What for?
Just a few questions.
Police?
That's right. Any place that's private, we... Oh, this is fine.
Hey, what's going on? I told you, fellas, I didn't see anybody.
Move it.
I haven't seen any ID. Who are you?
Inside.
Seems we're late again. I apologize for keeping you past the hour, but I think the extra review will reflect itself favorably in your blue books next week. This will only take a minute. I'd hoped I'd made myself clear, Lieutenant. I guess I don't use the language as effectively as I thought.
It's my turn to be clear, Mr. Williams. The man that you won't help us find just killed somebody else.
First name on the list, Albert Phillips.
He stripped him to the waist after he shot him. Does that tell you anything?
He wants that bullet, Mr. Williams. He knows it can convict him.
No.
No? What do you mean, no? Phillips is dead and you're next on that list.
I can't make a public testimony.
Well, you don't make sense. You know that, Mr. Williams? You don't make any sense at all. Now, if the lead in that bullet doesn't kill you, the next one will, because it's going to be right on target.
If I give it to you, what kind of a target will I be, Lieutenant? Now, it's a standoff, gentlemen. You can't use coercion by the school authorities, and you can't give it to the press. That'd be harassment. So, wait here a moment.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Let's see, there was really only one other thing I wanted to touch on, I guess. You remember our discussion of Ezra Pound?
He's a poet.
I know. Sorry. You're also impressed with his erudition, his easy use of recondite images.
Something like a Tokyo Rose, right? See, I told you, I know.
You marvel at this contemporary man's command of the classics, the prodigious amount of work, the undeniable genius. And you all agreed that he was more than deserving of his rank as one of the greatest American poets of the 20th century.
Did you ever read any of his poetry?
Who has time to read any of his poetry? I barely have time to read booking slips.
And yet this man was denied that reputation in his own country. Why? Mr. Miller?
Some people thought he was a traitor.
Some people?
Most people, I guess.
No guess, Mr. Miller. Truth. And why?
The propaganda broadcast he did for the enemy during World War II.
Right. An action which people could not forgive. And what does this tell us about people? Mr. Guerra?
Dunno.
Well, let me bring it a little closer to home. Some of you have found enough in this class to enroll with me for the American novel. But what if you discovered that I had a criminal record?
It's criminal when you hand out those low grades, man.
Well, think about it. Suppose that at one time I had been a junkie.
Pretty heavy fiction.
Let me lay it on a little heavier. What if I'd been involved in a killing and actually been found guilty of murder? Would it still be the same between us? Or would you find yourself saying, this man who pleads for ethical conduct, for scrupulous morality, who demands that I plumb the depths of my ability to reason, this same man has been found guilty by society of having acted without reason? Would you say to yourself, why should I listen to him? Mr. Miller?
I'd have to think about that. Yeah.
And what about the Regents? Would they think about it?
Forget it, baby. School's out.
I guess the point can't be made any more succinctly than that. What a man is or does in private becomes a part of his public image. Good or bad, it's on the record. Whether that's good or bad, I leave you to think about. Well, that's it. Except that it's been a pleasure having you all this semester. Good luck on the finals. Maybe we could get out of here, all right? Understand a little better now?
Oh, yeah, that routine about a man's private life and his public image being one. I knew that all the time. But, the way those kids reacted, especially at the end, that tells me a lot I didn't know.
That's tradition.
No, sir, no way. That's respect. Hard-earned. Yeah. Listen, I remember more than one very long silence at the end of the semester.
I guess we did get along rather well.
Hi, Mr. Williams.
Hello, John.
That means more to you than staying alive, doesn't it?
Yes, that is my life, Lieutenant. Digging, probing, watching them take hold of an idea, taking it further than I knew it could go, loving it.
And loving you for helping.
If you read my file, you know I went a long way without any help. A long way in the wrong direction. What I can give now makes up for that.
Let's get you to a hospital.
No, I'm going to be all right. If you'll excuse me, there's some papers I have to get out of my office.
Mr. Williams, there's one thing you said in your class. You being someone who demands ethics and morals from other people. Now, how are you able to equate that with allowing a killer to run loose?
From what you've told me, Inspector, the killer is interested in only one person now. Now, if that's true, and I'm the only one who stands to be hurt by it, that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Okay, if he won't keep up his guard, we're going to have to do it for him. Let's get on the box. Tell him we're staying with him, and we'll get a stakeout unit for the house.
Mrs. Williams.
Get in.
I have your husband, Mrs. Williams. You want to see him again, alive. Get in.
Alice? Alice? Hello?
Jeff?
Alice, I didn't know you'd gone out.
I went to the store, Jeff, and...
Mr. Williams, I have your wife.
Get an ambulance. The man called. The man who shot Dayton. He's got my wife.
What did he tell you to do, Mr. Williams?
Downtown. Corner of Jones and Geary. I stand on the corner. 7 o'clock. He's got Alice. Tell me this. Did you see a man at Dayton's? Can you describe him? 6'2", 40, graying hair? He said he'd kill her. Don't worry, we'll take care of it for you. Please, be very careful.
We will, Mr. Williams, we will. But do you give the doctor permission to take the bullet out?
Stay to the right and slow. That him?
I can't tell.
If it is your husband, stop. If it isn't, just keep going. Is it him?
Yes, that's Jeff.
Get in.
You all right, Alice?
Fine. How's the shoulder?
It hurts. Turn right and Geary and go straight, Mrs. Williams. Mr. Williams, sit forward. Go. Go!
Subject vehicle proceeding west on Geary. Do not intercept. Do not apprehend. Alert Inspectors 6368, Helicopter 1.
Subject vehicle proceeding west on Geary.
Straight ahead to Point Lobos, Miss Williams. Pick it up.
It's moving pretty good now.
Heading out Lobos.
Yeah. Put it on the box.
Subject vehicle proceeding west on Point Lobos Avenue.
When you come to the next turn off, take it. Cut the lights.
Where are we going?
Down the next side road, Mr. Williams.
Lee, get back on that thing, find out what the chopper's got.
This is 8-1. We've lost contact.
Subject vehicle just doused its lights and turned right on next side road west.
I can't see.
You don't have to. We're almost there.
Look, what you wanted was a bullet. That's why I'm here. Now, there's no need to involve my wife.
You're not a well man, Mr. Williams. Don't talk. Pull up here. Just to the right.
Out. This side. Both of you.
Right on out to the dock.
They're in the open. Let it go.
This is 8-1. Have the helicopter hit it.
I guess we're out of the woods, Mrs. Williams. Say, yeah, I think your husband's just getting out of surgery about now.
Mrs. Williams, we have a radio in the car if you want to find out his condition. Right back.
Okay, what's the big mystery?
Mike, how long have you been a detective?
Oh, very funny. Well, now, buddy boy, you've been with me long enough to know that I work one of two ways, right?
Right.
Blues or muscle. Take your choice.
All right, all right. We're going over to Williams' house for dinner Saturday night, right?
Right.
After dinner, we'll be sipping our brandy, congratulating him on how the Regents decided to keep him on, right?
That's right. We'll be celebrating a man's whole new life.
Exactly.
But since when do you buy brandy in a bookstore?
No. I'm thinking about after the brandy.
After the brandy?
Yeah.
I don't pick up that clue.
I bought you a little present.
What is it?
Open it.
Poems, poetry.
It's Ezra Pound. Remember Williams talking about him at the school?
Yeah, I remember he talked to his class about him.
That's right. That's for you.
What? Oh, now, wait a minute. I can't read this.
Why not?
Listen, raineth drop and staineth slop. Oh, come on now.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, raineth drop and staineth slop. Skiddeth bus and sloppeth us. Now, come on. Isn't poetry supposed to be clear and to the point?
That's right.
Well, I've got something to the point and clear for you, young fella.
What is it?
Sit quietly. You have a right to remain silent. Is that clear?
That's clear.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in the point of law. Is that to the point?
That's to the point.
All right, then get going.